cool. So we're gonna be using that for more streams going forward. Right now it's sitting over there, but we can probably move it around, make it a little bigger. We'll test it out. We'll figure out what we gotta do with it. So anyway, all that said, let's get started in 3, 2, 1, go. All right. So the very first thing we have to do is open the menu. Well, I guess the very first thing we have to do is skip a cutscene, and then skip some more cutscenes. Now there was a there was a podcast that did interviews with Eniko, that did an interview with Eniko about this game and all of the stuff that it's got going for it recently. And I was listening to it today, and the my big takeaway from it was basically that there's something in the works. Now, I don't know what exactly that means, because how could I? I'm not involved. But we do know that it's going to be coming for consoles, so that's exciting. And alongside that, there's going to be some kind of free content update after the fact. So I know for me, the stuff that I always thought was pretty interesting was the potential to play as augh. I don't know if that's a thing that could be added, but that's something that I'm interested in, which I think is pretty cool. I also think that there is the potential for a boss rush mode, which is definitely something that we would put times up in, because that just sounds super sick. And then we would the other thing that I was thinking is a more direct way, like a speedrun mode, if you will, that we could just get directly into the Kiri game, so we don't have to spend the time in the beginning of the game, like opening the menu and skipping that Yuzu cutscene and blah blah blah. It really doesn't take that long, obviously, but if you had the ability to do that from the start, I feel like, oh, we gotta try that again. If you had the ability to do that from the start, then it would make certain things a lot easier. All right, that's unfortunate. We're gonna have to refigure that one out. But yeah, so I don't know what it's all gonna entail. We just know that it is likely happening around the same time as the launches for the consoles, which is gonna happen probably at some point later this year, we think. But I don't actually have any sources for that. It could be next year or something. I don't know. But I am excited because there is an update in the works, which means more stuff. And there's potential there for the routing for this to change a little bit. Oh, can we get this? Okay, we recovered it. Still missing. That jump has been my bane recently. I have not gotten it in any runs. And it only saves, a couple seconds, right? But I would like to save those couple seconds. Oh, that was almost unfortunate. All right, yeah, we're dusting the rust off a little bit. I've been playing a lot of Guilty Gear recently again, because Combo Breaker is coming up. So I've got a lot of fighting game brain going on, and it is definitely impacting my ability to focus on other things, like playing this game. But that should go away after the the tournament happens. Well, I say go away. I don't mean like I don't think it's a bad thing, to be clear. It's just the focus would be nice to have back, is all. But yeah, super pumped to have gotten into Preventathon. Their charity is awesome. Little Warriors Canada is fantastic. I am so excited to once again be a part of helping to make people's lives better in our own cool little way. So that's very exciting for me. Plus I get to show this game off, which is always cool. We did not make it into GDQ, much to my sadness. However, that also means that we don't really have to do anything in particular when it comes to practice, like unless we get into more marathons or something. We do not have to. The big thing is we're not going to have to shell out for an additional trip this year. Ooh, that was a real clean jump. Okay, we're going to try to do the slope jump in here. I remember I grinded this for a little bit before the last marathon run we did. And then I forgot. Yep. I forgot. Okay. Oh, I almost took another death there for no reason. All right. Well, we definitely need to get back to practicing this. I actually probably just have to watch the VOD. Because I genuinely was labbing that like day of. And I did not. It clearly didn't retain anything. I'm sure if I had practiced it a little bit before starting the run, I would have been fine. But that's what the practice run is for. It's for practice. All right, that was a pretty slow one for. We're gonna have a little bit of a slower world one here, I think, which is to be expected. This is, interestingly, one of the worst worlds that I have, I think, with my best ones being probably 5, 6 maybe. All right. Here we go, here we go. We don't like water. All right. Pretty good 1-5 so far. And this is the end. All right, sweet. We're gonna be like, it's gonna be sub 8, which is nice. But I think when we're on pace, we're usually out of here. We're going into World 2 at like less than 7:30. Oh, I went the wrong way. There's always one going over the wrong way. All right, World 2, I'm here. Maybe we're not as far behind as I thought. I always say that I feel like we're far behind and then we're not. So we're gonna see how this one goes though. All right, we lost momentum. I gotta work on that slide. Good level. I've been trying to do that that floaty sword path a lot more. I think it's probably faster if you have key speed. I obviously didn't there, but I think you can get it. And if you can, I feel like it's gonna just be really good. Oh yeah, and there's new tech using Geta Stomp. I haven't done any routing with it yet because it came out recently, but Wither07, I think, on YouTube found a if you're doing SRCs and you do Geta Stomp. Oh, you've gotta be kidding me, dude. Okay, well, I guess we're gonna get a free trip to the end here. If you Geta Stomp in the middle, it will move you down faster, but you won't lose momentum, as opposed to doing the dive kick full metal Geta, which does lose you momentum. So I don't know how useful it's going to be for us in this run, because obviously we don't have SRCs until the very end of World 5 and World 6. But I think in the case of the New Game Plus category, really? He hugged me. He got me with the safety sumo, dude. I think in terms of the New Game Plus run, where you start with all the powers. It'll be really sick. Because you're going to be able to use it to bounce off of hills you normally wouldn't get to. It's going to make that run in particular really precise. Which is exciting because I feel like I potentially want to... if I choose to learn that, you know, that would be tech that we would use pretty much all the time. Oh, that's an interesting death. Actually, oh no, we're gonna just get crunched forever. All right, fix yourself, please. Unsoft lock me, video game. It usually fixes itself. Almost. Fix this time? Okay. Awful stuff, man. Say goodbye to your lead, Yugi. Remember how I said we were a little behind in World 1? I have news for you about World 2. Hey, can't do anything about that, though. Sometimes it be that way. There's also no way to pause in that. You because as soon as you spawn, you die. It's like you die frame 1. So there is actually not time to hold or press the pause button to try to escape from that. You are just stuck getting crunched until the game decides that you're free again, which is just as awful as it sounds. It is what it is, though. We hit everything else in there. At least this level doesn't really lose us too much time. All right, now we gotta try to mess with the AI a little bit here. Okay. On the other side, no. Doesn't matter which side we go to. So I think the goal is to try to get it to do at least 2 attacks back the same direction that it came from, because that way it's always going to jump way less. All right, first Aaron fight. This is the easiest one. You don't have to do anything. You run under an arrow and jump over a fox, and then you hit her with a sword. It's not super difficult, but the same rules kind of apply. You want her to jump back to the side she came from because it's shorter. It just makes life a little easier. Now we don't need that suit, so we can quit to menu there. Oh, that's super nice. That was a great dog movement. You love to see that. I didn't even have to move before that happened. Saved me a ton of time. All right, let's see if we can hit the line here through the trees. Oh, well, gotta go the long way. Oh, I think if I held it, I would have been okay. All right, well, up and above we go. Okay, we need this. We need to hug the Tengu. Now we're gonna fly up the side. Classic stuff. That's really consistent too. That was something that I found pretty recently. Floating all the way up and then getting a refresh off of that Tanuki specifically. It's really good. Super consistent. And it lets you then, obviously, you can wall kick off of the platform that it's on, lets you go up even higher, which is great. Big fan of that, that small optimization. Okay. Sick, nasty. All right, this stage, I feel like you could maybe take a very specific line up this, but generally I think it's going to just be faster to take the couple of seconds that it takes to die so that you can just fly vertically as far as you possibly can. Decent 2-6. Yeah, we're gonna get out of this whole stage at about 16, which is a little slower than I'd like, but obviously there's not a lot we can do about it now, so. Oh, I didn't have uppercut there. My brain autopiloted to just press up and special, silly. Still a pretty decent level. Okay, we'll get out in 1530 or so. Oh, well, 1545 probably. Thankfully, this fella's not too difficult. I mean, a lot of the bosses are way less difficult when you have a sword. So previously, this is something that I actually want to try. Previously, I was doing the slash through because you don't risk dying like this. But I think you could theoretically time it so that you can use the faster attack and just get done faster. It may not save any time, though. Who knows? All right, we're averaging like 8 minutes per stage right now, which is fine. Or 8 minutes per world, rather. Not stage. 8 minutes per stage. This run would take 1,000 years. It might maybe rival Baten Kaidos 100%. One of my favorite meme runs to ever exist, where you just have to leave the console on for 2 weeks to get the last item in the game. But you can finish the rest of the game without it. It's not like something you need, but there's this weird, like, the item system in that game is the longer that you play the game with the items, they evolve more, something like that. They level up, they grow alongside you, which is super cool. Oh, did I remember to set the postcard? Yes. I just had, ooh boy, you can tell it's been a minute. All right. Thankfully, this is a pretty straightforward stage. We don't really need to do any special movement. It's just a lot of running. This is one of those stages that I feel like it feels phenomenal on Kiri, and it's going to be a huge pain to do this on Yuzu when we eventually start. Really? I swung my sword. I'll have you know I pressed the sword button. I think it's going to be a level that, once we get to it with Yuzu, is going to be like a rude awakening of sorts. Like, oh, this is exactly how much you're missing as far as speedrun movement tools go, that kind of thing. Especially water stages, like, we're gonna have to go way out of our way to get power-ups and stuff for these, because with Kiri you can just do blade dash and it doesn't matter. You can go forever and it's whatever. But not so with the purple fox. That strat's so cool. Slide off the bottom there so that you can beat the cycle and refresh your horizontal slash charge to get you back on the solid ground sooner. So sick. All right, we've got backup flips. That's great. I haven't had this in like multiple world record runs. Does it help us? No, because it's a backup, but it's really nice to have. Because this stage in particular, you really, really, really want to have it. You want to have this power up for the entire this entire screen. And I think for the last marathon, which we did record at, I believe we lost our suit pretty early on, and we had to swim this all manually. So we probably could have shaved off a decent bit of time if we had just not gotten hit. But having the extra flippers also means that we can use them freely while going through a couple of the water levels later. Oh, why did I do this? What in the world was I thinking? We had a straight shot on the other side. What was I doing? Anyway, I felt like taking the scenic route. It probably didn't take any extra time, maybe a second or two. This one jumps. We have to remember. Jumpy time. I was really worried I was going to land on them. I guess I was worried about dying, but I wouldn't have died. All right. Now we will defeat Master. We're just going to always blade dash when Aaron blade dashes, because that means she can't hit us, because it's literally the same move. So she can't go faster than we can. We need this Power Fox, so we unfortunately need to go through this room. Well, I absolutely forgot that we had... let's just use these. I totally forgot we had flippers. I went through all of that about, oh man, it's so great that we have flippers, and then I threw them away right away. This is why we want flippers for this stage, by the way. Extremely useful. Definitely takes less time than doing this with clouds. And you don't have to slow down that much. Bummer that we had to use the backups for it, but there's really not many other levels that we need to worry about too much with them, so probably fine. Oh yeah, wow, I can just swim through this. This is wacky. I've never had flippers at this point. I probably had flippers at this point once. Oh. Okay. We went for the new strats. I think this one? Yeah. Okay, come on now. Oh, I haven't touched... That's the problem. I was trying to figure out what the heck was going on. The issue, dear viewer, is that I had not yet touched solid ground. And water does not reset your powers. So we blew a lot of time on that stage, which is less than good. Oh, I didn't know that Gotta Stomp puts the flippers out. That rules. All right, well, we're just gonna treat this one as a first run back. So this is one of the this is a problem stage. This is a stage that we would normally use this kind of thing on, because the idea would be it's gonna take us we're always gonna take less time damage boosting through those rather than dying. So if we have the extras, we can just use them. This is the last level for World 3, so we don't really need them after this. The boss isn't going to take super long, so we're just above an 8-minute per world average, which isn't terrible. This is like a 14-second fight, something like that. Oh no, Ice Lady is a 14-second fight. This one's like 7, 8. Yeah. All right. Ice World. Oh, we almost made it. You can do a slide all the way through to this door. Which is obviously what you want to do, because that's going to be the fastest way to go about it. But we did not quite get that, so... What up, Rally? Welcome in. I see that cheeky face you've got on. Knowing things that I don't know. Taunting me with said things. Oh, that's interesting. Someone noticed the flippers. I did notice the flippers. I didn't notice them before, but admittedly, I don't think I ever actually pressed get a stomp in a in a snorkel before. That was a pretty sick set of lines. I really like 4-2 because I can just vibe. As long as you're going north, you're fine. Oh, I finally did testing. I finally tested this stage. I don't know if I mentioned this the last time I played, but I finally tested this the last time. And what I learned, what I learned is that every possible method I found to try to cheat by like clipping into walls or causing, you know, otherwise causing problems for myself or the level, I ran into, it took me more time, basically, like consistently. I would die, I would do the next, you know, slide over to the right, I would go, you know, with the cloud and do everything that needs to be done. And then ultimately, it would take me like 10 to 15 more seconds, which obviously is not worth it. No time save whatsoever. Oh, we've got more of these now. All right. We've had really good dog luck today, which is a shame that I've been like choking levels away. We're still on pretty good pace, I think. This stage, I know we lost a lot of time to last time, so if we take it easy... we should be able to get something good going. Now, we are going to still try to go up the right here. Sick. That was great! What a great room! That was awesome. That might be the best I've ever done. Oh, what up, Nico? I take it that means you got home then. Jump. Oh my, wamo. All right. Now we get dive kick, which she will never use if you don't jump. Sometimes the best method is to just go the other way. And we don't need this ninja costume, so we're gonna throw that away. Now this is a stage that we could use these flippies in. Unfortunately, we are still going to trash them. But it's going to get us through this beginning section a lot more consistently. And we're going to lose them right here. Because we're also going to go through this. From what you understand, that works for sumo. Are you implying that I am employing the Hanka against Aaron? I would never Hanka on day one of Obasha. New eel area? No, we always go through there. We just also had we had flippers this time. Usually we die and just kind of fly through everything with a cloud, but we had flips. All right, we've got a new setup for this where we... Yep. We can take a hit there. The reason we use the onigiri is because that gives us the ability to get hit again. But the setup is you either take a hit from the ghost or you don't. It doesn't really matter. But as long as you can land in between the ice GGs, as long as you can land in between the spikes and the wall, you can get crunched pretty consistently, which is really good. All right, now will we do this state? Nope. One of these days, I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna actually lab this stage out. I did it during my casual playthrough, and it turned out looking really cool, and it was really fun. And I just haven't spent any time on it since then. And every time I get here, I run into the same issue, and then I say, "Oh, I should lab this again," and then I don't, and I go lab other stuff instead, which is more fun, admittedly. But you gotta eat your vegetables. So at some point, I'm gonna have to just suck it up and get better at this level. Oh man, this is brutal. All right, get me out of here, dude. We're still gonna get out of this in less than 32, which is 8 minutes per stage, including this one, which is fine. Fun in the lab? Oh, absolutely. It's a great little level. I'm glad that I don't have to do things like U-boot in this run, because I think I'd quit. That's so not fun to do. It was very cheeky and funny one time, and I never want to do it again. Oh, I needed to do a side slash there. We're getting our sea legs back, as it were. All right, now let's see if we can get the cycle on this. We died, so I don't know if... Oh, we made it. Okay. So that cycle won't start hitting until you start to reach that airspace. So we are actually a little bit safer on it than I previously thought. All right, let's see how far we get on the slide this time. Could have been worse. Could have been better. Good line for the rest of the level, though. That jump, if we can figure out a consistent setup for that jump, that's going to be such a huge time saver. Oh, I went too far. Get off the cloud. Don't lose it. Oh, we lost it. Right at the end. Tragedy. Tragedy. I needed to press that button literally a millisecond sooner. That's wild. Okay. Earlier, I questioned whether I had set the magic postcard up. That's how out of it we are today. So I'm glad that we confirmed that we did set it up properly, because it means we can do this stage and the tower the very safe way. I do want to eventually figure out how to muscle memory my way into doing vertical resets of the tower, but it's hard. The tower being 5-7 specifically. Alright. Go down. Dodge the Tanooks. Dodge these Tanooks. Dodge that guy. Then we go up. All right, sweet. We should be home free here. Yeah. The cloud is actually the fastest way to end levels. So if there was a consistent way for us to clear levels in a cloud, there's so many animation parts that just don't play if you're on a cloud. Cool. That face one refresh saves your life again. Well, we picked this up. I had a pretty rough World 1, and we had some flubs in World 2. Our World 3 was really good. World 4 was really solid, aside from... or was it World 3? World 2, where we got infinite crunched into the wall? That sucked. That wasn't fun. That was World 2. All right, last Aaron fight. Yes! The dog movement has been so good today. Actually. They've given me so many freebies like this, where they land on me and I don't have to move before they move. All right. Now we're into the fun part. Now, I haven't tried to put the new SRC tech into practice yet, so we're not going to be doing any of that today. Oh, I needed to hold it. I needed to hold it for just a moment. Lost like 4 seconds. Unfort. All right, 5, 6. You know, this could be another level that we just use a cloud on. Now that I'm thinking about it. Because you can take the cloud through water and it doesn't slow you down. There's not really any other ways to speed this up, I don't think. But it would mean that you get to skip all of the awkward deaths and platforming and stuff. You can just fly north here and then fly horizontally until literally the end of the stage. Oh, I touched water only. I didn't get my powers back. Water has not been my friend today. It's my fault, but it has not been my friend today. All right, time to go up the tower. Remembering where enemies are. There's a guy up to the top right. Oh, please don't jump on me. It's so scary because if you lose the cloud, you just have to, then it's all platforming. And who wants to do that in a platformer, right? Oh. All right, now I think we can just stay to the left for the rest of the whole thing. There's a guy at the top we have to watch out for, but I don't think he's gonna get us. Yeah. Sub 40 seconds. Could it be faster? Probably. But this is a very easy entry level way to do the thing. Oh, I'm gonna have to fight him for real. All right, he should die now. Because my brain defaulted and did a slide. But if you do a slide, it fucks with the auto timing. The reason that works is because specifically if you run across the stage and you do an uppercut without doing anything else, that is the trigger. I forgot about the cat. Frick you, cat. Oh, these spikes are fake. I thought I was gonna die. I don't think I've ever been back there like that before. I was like, oh man, that looked so good until then. We're gonna restart this room. I think we'll still be okay. Ooh, it's gonna be close. No, it's not gonna be close anymore. I didn't let go of, I didn't let go of a direction before I pressed slash there. Bummer. Bummer, bummer, bummer. Nope, wrong way, Kiri. Alright, well, we're in the part of the game that I'm really good at, so... I say as I goof up a trick. We missed the first one, we got the second one. I think that means we want to go for the third one. Oh wait, we didn't get the third one, but we also didn't die going for it until just there. All right, could be worse. Could be worse. I think we're gonna clock in at like in the low 50s on this one. If we get 50 or below, I'll be really happy though. All right, it's time to just do the level good. Smile. That's funny. I killed the light, which activated the ghost, which was in my hitbox. So the ghost killed me because I turned the lights off. This is why you get your parents to check for monsters under your bed. This is what they don't want you to know. All right, it was a pretty decent fight. We got one longer jump than we wanted. The dogs have been... I tried to crouch to dodge the arrow. I should have just used my... I've got a power fox, a spare one. I could have just used that there. Oh well. All right. The last Aaron fight, for real this time. Oh, you can get multiple hits like that? Hold the phone. I didn't know she still jumped up there. Wait. We might have to test that. Because that could theoretically speed up both the World 5 fight and the World 6 fight. Oh, didn't quite hold that one for long enough. That's the first time in a long time I've messed up this first slope jump. Or this first SRC rather. Slope jump. What is this, World 1? All right. We almost got it. New Aaron Tech? Potentially new Aaron Tech, yeah. It's going to depend on how repeatable it is, as with any new technology. But if that's consistent, if you can like always tag her and she gives up a little bit, that was sweet. Good tower. And now the well. And then it's off to fight Cat Dad and his army of dogs. And then we have to beat up a mushroom, and then that's the end of the video game, everybody. All right, we just have to not get Potemkin busted here. Great. Not what I'm called. Can you please draw that actually? Kiri, Yuzu, and Augh pointing at the guy. Mushroom, not what I'm called. Wait, I kind of love that. That's really funny, actually. All right, swell. Time is on our side here, gamers. We're going pretty quick right now. $47, cough cough. I don't want to jinx it. I looked at the clock for like the first time in 3 worlds, and now I don't want to talk at all because I just want to execute. Okay, skippable cutscene. Oh, we might be like just over 48. It's gonna be like 48:01 or something, I think. No, the foxes are invincible. Okay, just don't get hit. Get this one. And the last one? Ah, yeah. We died twice. It's gonna be just over 48. We might still world record by a couple seconds, though. We've got 14 seconds to mash, basically. Could be a nice little one. Talk faster. As you can see, I'm mashing. Ah, we're gonna miss it by just a couple seconds. Time. No, we got it. 48:12. It looked like 2 second PB world record.
Setback.
Okay.
Nothing can stop my glorious destiny.
All right. Okay, Kiri Kitsune Tales. Going fast when I'm lamenting having a bad run.